Good morning, friends. Guess what? It's not morning, it's afternoon. First check of the day. Make sure you get the day right. Anyway, welcome. And as I get started, I can see that I don't have my water. So I have to, I'm just going to go away for a second. I'll be right back. All right, ready to rock and roll. This is Catherine. Thank you for joining me today for this live reading. I just felt so much energy being stirred up in the last couple days. And of course, the new moon was yesterday, new moon in Virgo. So things are getting stirred up. And it's so important that we're aware of what the energy is like around us so that we can prepare and really maximize these astrological situations. So one day I was out walking and I found this butterfly, and I just am moved by nature, and when something shifts into a different situation with nature, look at the beauty that is still left. Even though the essence has left this butterfly, it has not decayed. It stays the same. And so that touches me today with our spirit, our human spirit, that is encased in a body that will change when we leave the planet. But that the imprint we can leave behind that will continue to live on and touch people, that is what this is all about. So let me just take away the butterfly, and I'm just going to place it over here, out of reach. And this is the deck I'm going to be using today, Believe in Your Own Magic, because you know what? I totally resonate with this. Wouldn't it be nice if our family was there for us every time we needed them? Wouldn't it be nice if we could have God on speed dial and call for advice? Wouldn't it be nice if we had assurance in the doubtful times in our life? And sometimes that's just not in the cards, right? But what we can do by sharing the art that we're going to see here today is to look into our hearts and see what it is that we need to know for this next 24 hours. So I'm going to just grab a card here for the collective. What is it that we need to know in this next 24 hours that it is life-changing for us? And what we have is the sundress. Do it for you. Do it for you. Do it for you. It strikes me in two different ways, this particular card. It strikes me that we have to let someone do it for us. And I think that's where our spiritual connection comes in, the divine connection, because I do believe with all my heart that we are deeply and abundantly loved by our inner being, by the divine, in ways we cannot understand. And when people hurt us, when people hurt our feelings, when we feel left out, we can think that nobody cares, and that's just not the case. The Spirit is always, always pouring out love if we could only pay attention. And I'm preaching to the choir here because, believe me, I have my moments when I just I forget who I am as a child of the divine. And so I look at this emblem today as I start these readings, is that this little child represents the human me, and the adult here represents the part of me that lives in spirit. And as Abraham Hicks teaches us, that we are blended beings, that we are a blend of our spiritual nature and our human nature. Here we have the same pairing duplicated in bird form, where we have the large bird and the smaller bird following it. And so if you are stuck and you feel like there's something that is really troubling you, I'm happy to draw you a card today. But the general reading is about remember that you do have spiritual help. You have angels, you have guides. That's what my belief system says. And that they are right here, right now, helping us to be better than our human self can be by itself. So with this sundress card, what I saw was let them do it for you, right? Be free and let spirit do it for you. How? Well, the more we depend upon spirit and the more we allow ourselves to pursue a divine answer for what we're looking for, the more likely that we will get clues. I love all these little glimmerings that are around the figure here, and imagine that each of these is represented by a spiritual relationship, and that this particular system of depending on the divine for everything is going to bring us the answers that we need, okay? And then the second meaning of do it for you is do it for you. Don't get yourself making decisions for someone else. A lot of times people can get into the wrong career because they're doing it because their parents want them to, or they're doing it because their friends want them to. Sometimes you go to school for something and it's a career that you don't enjoy and it doesn't bring you happiness. And so these are the kinds of things that you need to become clear on. What is it that what's your purpose? What is the work that is ideally suited to you? So what a wonderful card to start off. All right, let us receive. Notice how her hands are out there at her sides, and she is in this receptive pose to be able to hear the words that Spirit has for us today. Okay, and if you're new here today, my name is Catherine. I am Pattern Breaker Tarot, where we're all about helping people see and feel the patterns that could be holding them back. So if you're in that place and you wonder, what could I be doing differently? This is your reading. So Suhita, hey there, welcome. I think I've seen you here on my channel before, haven't I? Let's take a peek at what the cards have for you. Next month I get HR job in the hospital sector. Okay, so the hospital sector needs so many angels. Not everybody is available to serve. I'm a hospice volunteer. It's one of the skills that I have, that I can sit with people who are dying and am okay about it. It feels like that's part of my purpose, but not everybody can do that. And so anyone who feels called in hospital work, I just feel my heart expand with joy for that. So Heatha, let's draw a card for you and see what you need to know about this particular job that's coming up. Hey Martha, welcome. Always good to see you here, my friend. So Suhita, let's see what card I have for you today. And we have the garden card. This is so interesting because 1 month from now, where I live, it's going to be autumn. And that's what the card itself shows me, that you are going to get your answer within the next month. And what I'm noticing about the card is the very first thing is that this sword is behind her. The sword represents your thoughts and how you're thinking about the situation, Suhita, okay? And so thoughts can really separate us from our joy. The worry that you might have, oh my, what would happen if this job did not come through? And that worried energy can really pull you down. So one of the smartest things that you can do is to use your use your imagination. See yourself in that place, working in the position that you're desiring. See how she's holding this little baby plant? And that as you use your heart energy to create in your mind the picture of yourself in that environment, working with people that you really enjoy, doing work that you're trained to do, and stay in gratitude. If for some reason, Suhita, if for some reason this particular position falls through it doesn't mean that you're not correct in your sense that there's something in this profession for you. What the universe wants for you is trust, because worry will definitely pull you down. Isn't that true, Dr. V? And Martha, wouldn't you say that's true? That for the younger people who are watching the readings and they have so much pressure about career, but after you've been around for a while, you realize that there are so many things that you can do that will not only bring you money, but bring you satisfaction. So in this month that's coming, in the next 30 days, Suhita, there is an absolute necessity to find gratitude. And when you catch yourself worrying, just say stop. Look in the mirror, find your face in the mirror and look yourself in the eye and say, I will not worry. I am trusting the divine to open all the doors that need to be open. Isn't that a great affirmation? I trust the divine to open every door that needs to be open, and don't pick up the sword of worry. I'm a grandmother now, for Pete's sake, and I never imagined I'd be doing YouTube as a grandmother. I mean, that came totally by surprise. I've been a speech therapist. I've been a golf instructor. I've done a lot of different things in my years, and I've found joy in many of them. Others were just a job, and I had to put up with it. But at this point, trust that the divine is going to guide you perfectly. Stay in gratitude. And I love what it says here. Something lovely will grow from this. As you allow yourself to believe that the divine truly loves you. If you can learn that this month, that even though I don't know how, I'm going to stop worrying right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm going to trust the divine to guide me right now. And notice how where I put the statue here, it cuts off that sword. So I do feel, Suhita, this reading is not just for you. I sense in my spirit that in this next 24 hours, the people that are hearing my voice right now, this is for all of us, that it's especially important in the next 24 hours to eliminate worry. Okay? So let's put this aside. Thank you, Suhita, for being here. Whoops. Oh, gosh, look how excited that card is. Let me see. I think it's Martha who's next. And Martha, did you see that card jump out? I'm going to take it for you, my friend. So whatever's going on for you, I think Murphy's going to bark in a second because my neighbor's coming by, so apologies ahead of time. But Martha, hold in your mind the next 24 hours, and let's see what we have. Ooh, love this card, the Tower. If you follow tarot, you know that the Tower always signifies that there's something getting shaken up, like earthquake of the spirit. It's something that's happening. You could be in the aftershocks part, where you've received a shock recently, Martha, a surprising piece of news, or it could simply be giving you that heads up that no matter what is happening, Martha, no, oh, thank you for mentioning yoga, Dr. V, because is this what you're seeing? Because I was just going to say that to you, Martha, do you have an active yoga practice or an active meditation process? I will mention to you guys, I am very committed to a teacher named Henry Shookman. His app is called The Way, very simple. And the way he teaches meditation is helping me really regulate my nervous system. I'm finding calm in surprisingly easy ways. My life is a continual tower because of certain situations that I am in, and you don't need to hear my personal story. This reminds me of me, though, with the tea every morning, but meditation in the morning has gotten to be a consistent practice. So, Suhita, for you, for sure, that I think as women, each decade that goes by, we get more and more willing to say, okay, divinity, what do you have for me? I want to regulate my nervous system. that's a new fashioned way of saying I want to be less anxious, right? And it's very popular right now to study about the vagus nerve and restoring our personal neurological peace. And it's very physical. I love that. Hi, Jana. Welcome. I love that, Dr. V, you do this every morning. I should try this. I've never tried this pose. I'm kind of a baby yoga doer, but with the wall right there to lean against, I'm very curious about this. So back over to you, my dear Martha. So next 24 hours, something is coming into your energy that demands peace of mind. Okay. Now I know that you enjoy tapping. And so for all of you who do enjoy tapping, you might want to take a peek at my resource page, which is manifestfaster.com. I have to have a sip of water. Hold on. Whenever my voice gets rattly, what that means to me is that somebody listening right now is having a little trouble speaking your truth, okay? It could be you, Martha. Is there somebody that you need to say something to that is a little intimidating? Could that be what's happening? Because right now, the call from Spirit is to absolutely fear not, okay? That's what I'm, oh, hot water. Thank you, Dr. V. You are so adorable. Listen to you ministering to me. Thank you for that. Maybe that's the message of the steaming tea. So I should excuse myself and get some hot water, shouldn't I, Dr. V? But let's see here. Where are we? Oh, say with Martha. So Martha, just this next 24 hours, it might be because we're still under the influence of the new moon. And the new moon is in Virgo. There's going to be 2 new moons in a row in Virgo. I'm not an astrologer, but I have been told that we're approaching eclipse season and that the energy is very juicy right now. And it's especially asking us to look at the things that we can release. And when this figure is upside down, what it makes me think of is that whatever's in her pockets is going to fall out, right? It's hard to hold on to things when you're upside down, okay? So Dr. V, I'm taking your advice right now. I'm going to get some warm water, so I'll be right back. Hold on. Thank you. I feel cared for. Hi, Kane. Welcome. And Dr. V, thank you so much. I have my water, I have my water heating up. And I'm so glad to see you guys today because the next 24 hours, for some reason, be sure to hit the thumbs up, you guys, and just to affirm that, you know what, that is so interesting what you're saying, Dr. V. You're quite intuitive, aren't you? But anyway, I'm just sensing that there's a lot of juice in the energies after the black full moon, which is so interesting that it's called the black full moon because of darkness and the fact that many of us can stay completely stuck in fear and doubt and worry. So hold on a second. Let me grab my water. Oh, I just love meeting you guys. It makes me, it's like family. I'm grateful for you all over the world who come to enjoy the cards with me. It's very, very endearing. Believe me, keeps me alive. Okay, so Dr. V, let's see. Thinking of the next 24 hours, and Dr. V, I could be, I'm not sure, but what I'm getting here is family. The word that's coming to me is family. So let's just think about the next 24 hours. What do you really desire to know? Okay. And we have, oh, this is interesting. I'm sensing family energy. And so this clover, I know that clover as an herb has medicinal, good for our soul. I wish I knew. If somebody here, if you want to Google the benefit of clover, I would love that just to help feed the tribe here a little bit because the spiritual family. Yeah, I'm sensing that. Okay, I'm getting a bold story, Dr. V. You don't want me to hold back, do you? Oh gosh, that hot water tastes so good. Thank you. Oh gosh, it's so soothing. So, Dr. V, I know you don't want me to hold back, and I'm not going to. What's showing me here, all of this pink. This pink is so soft, right? It's a soft color, it's a feminine color, and we've got the green for love. And so, what I'm seeing here is this separation, though. If you look at these figures, see how the hands are not quite touching each other? And so, there's a bit of an interruption to the energy flow. Behind the figures, we see the Spirit of God here, right? We see Spirit. I was raised Catholic, and then I spent several years as a born again Christian and spoke from the stage teaching Bible study. And I understand that world very well. And this is the fire of the Holy Spirit, right? And so it shows me, Dr. V, that this is your back. It's like God has your back, right? And so what we notice here with the two figures, and I'm feeling, see my throat, I'm feeling a bit of pressure in my upper chest. And again, that's the signal for me that there's somebody that's not speaking their truth. And sometimes, as a spiritual teacher, you need to say things that are hard. Years ago, when I started reading, I would get a little intimidated because I would get an idea in coming through me. I couldn't say it. And I would say to my clients, oh, I don't think I want to say that. And then later on, as I got more experience, they would say, absolutely say that thing. Whatever it is you were afraid to say it. And I learned to trust the stories that rise inside of me. I know I tell manifesting stories, and they're for you to see growth. So in this 24 hours, it's very important, Dr. V, that you release your false guilt. Because when you're a spiritual leader of any kind, then here's a good quote. Write this one down, Dr. V. The need is not the call. The need is not the call. What does that mean? It means there's going to be far more needy people coming to you than you could ever fulfill. It's not your call to help everyone. It's very important, Dr. V, when you're creating price points, when you're trying to create a service model that allows you to help others as well as support yourself, and so that you cannot give everyone the same degree of service. For example, in my work, when I come on live and I'm able to meet with you guys and read these cards, what happens is that there are probably 3 or 4 other people who are resonating with this message right now. And YouTube makes it very easy to give away a service into the heavenlies, into the ethers, that lots of people can drink like a drink of water from these readings. But of course, if you want to have me be your personal reader and I create a private video for you, 35, 40 minutes just for you, obviously you're going to be getting more information. And of course, I don't give that away, and nor should I. It would not be to my highest good, and it definitely wouldn't be to my clients, because everyone has a level of receiving whatever work you do. And when you do put it into your heart to serve humanity, and you're generous and you're volunteering places, or you're giving your work out into the world in a way where there's no cost, wonderful. But we need to be really honest with ourselves and our life and what we need. So right now I feel like next 24 hours, make an intention for you, just make an intention, because that's what new moon is all about, that you will lay down your false guilt. You might want to do some writing, some journaling, and just kind of give a how could I say it, like, oh, give an outlet so that that your thinking could be shifted. All right. Now the clover is a lucky plant, 4-leaf clover. Most clovers are 3-leaf, and when you find a 4-leaf clover, it's good luck. So I feel like this reading for you today, Dr. V, the fact that you're here listening to me right now, there is a stroke of good fortune coming your way. I like how this is, I see this as the client energy with all those hearts, just so willing and wanting to connect with someone. They really have been searching for somebody just like you. They want guidance, and look at that, an arm full of 4-leaf clovers, right? And I think like this is representing you. And I see all of these lines coming down, and it always kind of reminds me of being in jail. Not that you're in jail, Dr. V, but some of the standards you've set for yourself might be too rigid, right? And that there's something rigid about your belief systems when it comes to money. Does this make sense to you? If you enjoy fire ceremonies, I would just take a piece of paper and randomly write about this idea of false guilt, and then create a burning ceremony for it. Okay, just be safe. What a wonderful card. Beautiful. Also, I do like the 2-1, the 21 up here. I feel is 2 and 1 is 3. And 3 for this, 3 is like a teamwork card. It's like things working together, the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is a sign for you that this next 24 hours is really important. And by erasing this false guilt, you're going to open a gateway for yourself, okay? Fantastic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for suggesting the hot water. I can feel it. It's very soothing. And next I have Jana, and then Kane. Okay, so let's see what we have for Jana. I hope I'm saying your name right. I have a feeling I'm mispronouncing it, so my apologies, Jana. Okay, so here we have potion. Oh, good message. Now, this is the kind of message that's good for absolutely everyone who's listening. Hi, is it Yana? I'm just sensing it might be Yana. But this particular card, I think, is very critical. Dr. V, you're going to get energy off of this for sure. And I think there's more people that need this because of the lack of self-care that goes on in humans today. Between the internet and all of the social media, the news in the world, which can be very intimidating, can be very difficult to keep your eye on the prize, which is always your inner connection, Yana. It's always what goes on at the heart level that gets our balance in this world today. I felt so drawn to bring my little piece of art here to continue to demonstrate that if you see yourself as this child and see the adult as spirit, and imagine yourself, Yana, with spirit wrapping its arms around you. Whatever is your religion, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you embrace yourself with the love that God has for you, okay? Remember to practice self-love. So what I'm seeing here is she's obviously doing a ritual. Rituals are very good for our spirit, Yana. Rituals can be simple as pie, where you have a ritual in the morning where you get up, you do a bit of yoga, you do a bit of journaling, and then maybe a bit of prayer, have a nice cup of tea, and go on your way. So you will want, in this next 24 hours, there's something about taking your hat off. Okay, so what does that mean that she took her hat off? It means that she stepped out of her role. Okay, so try this out. I see all of this pink everywhere. There's pink, which is that soft feminine color. So there's something needful for you with taking off your hat, taking off the role that you're portraying. Are you a caregiver? Are you a parent? Are you a student? What is it that's going on in your life right now where you are taking care of others? That's what I feel is represented by her taking off her hat. And that no matter what practice it is, whether it's yoga, meditation, journaling, chanting, can be a wonderful thing. There's a lot of magic here. See how we have our closed backpack, Yana? There's a lot of magic waiting for you as you stop, look, and listen. There's a message coming through to you from Spirit, but you need to quiet down in order to receive it. Okay? Beautiful reading for you, my dear friend. For those of you who want to reach out, my email is simple enough. It's patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. And I do love to hear from you. I know of tons of resources, and I'm happy to share blog posts or other videos that can help you. So if you need a ritual, write to me. I'll be happy to speak to you and give you some advice and anything I can do to support you. Okay? You are welcome, my friend Yana, and thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Okay, let me sip my hot water. I'm so grateful today that we have this small group because it just feels less frenetic. When I have so many people asking for cards, sometimes the energy is very staticky, you know what I'm saying? But I know that the people who are with me right now are very sincere about hearing from Spirit, and I love that. Yes, Yana, definitely. And really make sure I'm going to put timestamps so you can come back and listen to the reading. But this idea of taking off your hat, if you have a hat you can use, put the hat on yourself and stand in front of the mirror, no kidding, and take off your hat and say, I'm taking this off. Speak it, I'm taking this off. I'm going to take care of myself in this next 24 hours. Okay, thank you for those little hearts I'm seeing over there, you guys. Thank you for that. Okay, so now we have Cain. If you are here visiting, welcome. It's Catherine. It's Pattern Breaker Tarot, and I'm happy to pull a card for you. What's going on in the next 24 hours? Just let me know. Oh, you too. Yes, wouldn't that be great? I think I might do that today too, because with my adult children, I have challenges. They're wonderful. I mean, they're great. But as a parent of an adult, it can be hard to watch things that are going on and stay lovingly detached. So I think I'm going to put a hat on my head today and take off the hat of being a mom and just let them live their lives in peace. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Cain, close friend Cain, hold in your mind what's going on for you in the next 24 hours. If anybody else would like to have me pull you a card, just pop in and let me know. I'm here for you. Okay, Cain. Cain, you have had this theme. I have a feeling this card might have even come up for you in a past reading. But there seems to be a theme of being like socially disconnected. Maybe some anxiety of being in public, maybe more comfort being at home. I could be wrong about that. It could be somebody else's energy I'm picking up here. But as I see this, though, I feel that Spirit wants you to know how very proud your guides are of you right now, that you're laying down the sword. Now remember, in an earlier reading, We were seeing that sword as representing our thoughts, and to be able to recognize that thoughts create drama. Cain, thank you for confirming, because as I'm sensing the posture and how she's holding herself tight, and she's looking a little bit worried, but she's on a train. So what I'm seeing is that you are really taking steps to deal with your thoughts. And you're realizing that the thoughts are what's creating your beliefs, and your beliefs are creating your condition right now. Nobody has an easy life all the time. That's not reasonable. There's conflict, opportunity every single day. But Spirit wants you to know that your guides and angels are really proud of you, because you're making progress. And even though it's difficult to step out of your comfort zone, there's something about your life right now that's demanding it. And I love that as this train is moving, or bus, as this transportation is moving, the sun is staying right by her side, which is our indicator that Spirit is always, always there. Even at nighttime, the sun is out. Even in a rainy day, the sun is always there, bringing warmth and life to the planet. Now back over to this bag. The bag is red, and red is the color of the root chakra. So hang on, let me sip. What I'm sensing, Cain, is there's a little drama going on in your family of origin. There's something going on where people are out of peace with one another, or a little bit of, maybe they're arguing with one another, and there's fire. We see the fire coming out, and it's real hard not to get involved in other people's family drama. Trust me, I grew up with 7 brothers. It was always drama. And my parents were the drama, king of drama, married to the queen of drama. So my thoughts over time, how I've learned to lay down my sword and stop thinking the way I used to think when I was young. And I was so angry and so resentful of how I grew up. There were things that happened that weren't fair, and there were a lot of people hurt. And I carried that rage, red hot rage, much of my early life. And then I realized through religion, I was, like I said, Catholic first, then born again Christian, and now here I am doing this. But I learned that it was never Spirit's intention that this would happen. A lot of it was just the accidents of life that happen. And that I needed to lay down the sword, and I needed to forgive the Catholic Church. I was mad at the church, for Pete's sake, for a lot of years. I was mad at my parents. I was mad at bosses that were not kind to me. You name it. Look over here. See how she has red right here on her head? That was just so me, with a really tight ponytail, just blaming everybody in sight. So the fact that she's still carrying the bag, I think is reasonable. I think we will carry some of our experiences from our childhood through our whole life, but how we respond to them is what's important. So I love that our figure is looking straight ahead. They're going forward step by step. They're not staring at this bag that's following them wherever they go. And that confidence comes as you walk this out. Okay, Cain, you know every time you come to a reading, there's a bit of a teaching here, isn't there? There's a bit of a teaching. And as you take these teachings to heart, I guarantee you, you will see evidence of your confidence growing. What I see here, if I could just go back to this card just for a second, and we see this, this little plant here that's growing. This little plant is like what I'm seeing for you. This is like your confidence. Fall, autumn is coming about a month from now. So Cain, I believe you're going to see something happening in your life where you're going to remember this reading, and you'll be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I am feeling more confident. Also, you can stand in front of the mirror and you can say every day, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much confidence now. And even if you're not feeling it, doesn't matter. In spirit, it doesn't matter. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much more confident now. Trust spirit before you trust anybody else. Okay, Kane? Hi, Andrea. How are you today? I would be happy. I know you've been here before, haven't you, my friend? If you're here for the first time, thank you very, very much for subscribing. Thank you for visiting. I really love you guys. I couldn't do what I'm doing without you. I do notice at the very top of my page, I have 6 people here with 6 thumbs up. So I believe that the number 66 is important for someone here. So if you want to look up the spiritual meaning of 6 or 66, I think you're going to have a blessing. If you want to do that and add it to the chat here, I would love that. You can give us all a gift. So Andrea, yes, here now what we're doing is we're checking out what Spirit has for us for the next 24 hours. Hi, it's me again. I love that name. It's you again. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So Andrea, what I want you to do is just consider the next 24 hours. I thought you had. Okay, so let's pull this card for Andrea. This next 24 hours, what do we have for you? Oh, Andrea, so there is an intense message here. It seems that there are, okay, hold on. Let me just pull the energy in. It seems there has been a loss here. Oh my gosh, a quote just came up on my screen. I am ready to let go and trust the process. No kidding, it just popped up. I have affirmations that come up on my screen. I can't believe that one just came up when it says let them go right here. So Andrea, there's no question. You may not be aware of it because you're strong, and you might tend to ignore certain feelings that you have. When you're annoyed, irritated, or you feel neglected, somebody has hurt your feelings, sometimes we can be so used to it that we actually ignore it when it happens. Okay? So what that's telling me is that you're holding yourself back. You are not, can you think of a car with only 3 wheels on it? How good would a car work if it only had 3 wheels? It wouldn't, right? But you could try to drive it, but it would be uncomfortable and it wouldn't be good for the car. So that's what I'm picking up here. Like your body would be the car, the vehicle you're using. And because of this mistaken feeling that you've had, that it's okay to just ignore the pain because you can overcome it versus actually letting it go. Now I can't help but look at this little blue, I think it's a butterfly. I have to pull it up close so I can see it. Yes. So there's a little blue butterfly there, and it draws my attention instantly. And there's a couple things. Whoops, butterflies are about transition, right? So what that shows me is there's something in you that's like a caterpillar right now. There may be a call on your life. There may be something you're deeply longing for. But the caterpillar, it has to let go to become the butterfly. The caterpillar has to let go to trust the process. Yes, something is on fire. Something that has happened has been hard for you, okay? No doubt. There's some sadness here, and it's really touching her. But the fact is, whoever this is who has hurt you, it's safe to let them go. Now, what happens is they may come back. They may. But if they do, the whole relationship will be a different life. It'll start from new, and it will be different because what you're holding on to right now is not serving you. So, gosh, I wanted to say one other thing about the butterfly. The butterfly is blue. That's the color of the throat chakra. And so I feel part of the message for you, my friend, is to realize that speaking your truth is always right. Finding a gentle way to tell others what you need is important. Holy moly, I just had a huge belch come out. Another one. And that I don't mean to share my private life with you, but I move energy for people. So I really feel like this is not only for you, but it's for many, about Andrea, about do not ignore your feelings and speak the truth. Even if you need to have a journal, just write it out in a journal. I'm frustrated because, okay? Because this is very critical. Something in the next 24 hours, if you can muster up the courage to let them go, even though it's hard for you, I believe that you're going to see evidence of a rush of refreshing energy to you. Okay? There's many, many YouTube videos out there that are absolutely built to support you. So what I would do is I would go to the YouTube search and search for how to let go. You will be flooded with supportive videos, meditations, and affirmations that will help you. Okay? Thank you for that. It's me again. Yeah, let's over here, let's poke those heart buttons and send love to our friend Andrea, because it's hard when people disappoint you. I've had it in my life, and it can be hard to release and let go what you need. That's it. Good. We're here for you, Andrea. Thank you. And remember, if you need more data, I'm happy to do a private reading for you. You can go to manifestfaster.com, and that's the website that tells all about what I do, and it also has free resources for you. And if you find the little button that says Start Here, Andrea, you'll be able to find some resources right in there that I think will help you. Okay? So it's me again. It's me again. That even your name alone kind of strikes me. I feel like partly I want to use it for when I go to Spirit for advice or for help, where I can just say, oh, divine guides, it's me again. I hope you don't get tired of me, because I am filled with questions today, right? Okay, so it's me again. If you guys are here visiting me for the first time, if anyone's here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I really appreciate your time and attention and your company when I'm live every Sunday, and I love hearing what's going on and drawing cards for you, okay? So it's me again. Let's hold in your mind your current situations. I've got my warm water right next to me, Dr. V. And it's me again. Something in the next 24 hours is shifting. Let's see. I think I saw that you complimented my deck. Isn't it wonderful? Ooh, look at there. This is the deck I'm using today, and I do really love it. There's a tarot deck that goes along with this one. So when I do your private reading, if you would like to have these cards, let me know, and I can pull this deck and the tarot that matches. It gives a really good reading. Okay, so first thing I wonder, it's me again, is do you have travel in plans? Are you already planning a trip? Because it does look like it's a traveling energy, doesn't it? And I'm just looking at her studying the map. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of upheaval here, because you would think that you would look at the map before you took the trip, right? That you would make plans and then fulfill the plans. But what I'm seeing here, there's something going on where, oh, okay, well, this is a reflection of you, isn't it? On a trip, but mostly internally for the moment. Yes. That makes perfect sense here. Why? Because of the water, this whale that has surfaced, it's a sign of going deep, okay? Whales know that they can sense when a storm is coming, and they will take a deep breath and dive deep where the water stays undisturbed. And so taking an inner journey right now is so smart, to really see where you are and what it is that you're wanting to achieve next. Where I see the hurry, rushing energy is in the shooting stars. Okay, stars indicate healing. Oh yes, what sign are you, me again? I see that, first of all, I'm seeing this, of course, the whale, but I also see a little tiny fish over here too. And so that always makes me think of fish out of water. A lot of times, people who are deeply intuitive, and certainly the people that find my readings, are empathic. Oh, Scorpio, Sun, Cancer, Rising. I'm a Scorpio, and so I respect that. And that Cancer, what a combination. I know your emotions can be deep, and sometimes I imagine it's quite a voyage. Okay, so for you especially, it's me again. You already have all the answers. Okay, let's say that again. Put your hand on your heart. It's home again. It's home again. It's me again. Hand on your heart. Take a breath. And say this after me. And the rest of you guys who are listening in to support, it's me again. Let's all say this out loud, okay? I already have all the answers. Say it again. I already have all the answers. I sense a little bit of what I call a paralysis. What is analysis paralysis with you? It's me again. That your mind can get you tied up in a knot, and your heart, your body, your intuition, your watery nature is pulling you in one direction, and over here in the other direction, your mind is giving you grief because it doesn't get it. Okay, so what this means, a couple things. First, I want to say I can't help but notice these stripes on her skirt, and I saw them as shadows. Now I know it's nighttime. I know that. But I see this like a split. I'm just going to lay this across here because I see this as a split energy. What I'm seeing is that your head, your mind, is, look at how she doesn't look content. If she threw the dang map away, what would she see? Right now, she missed seeing this whale leap out of the water, didn't she? She's not paying any attention to what's going on right now. Take a breath. What I want you to watch for, it's me again, is I want you to watch for times when you're holding your breath. Okay? Take a breath. As Spirit cleanses you and prepares you for the next step, you will get some body habits that you aren't aware of. Me personally, I have PTSD, and it's high anxiety that can get triggered just like that. And a lot of times I stop breathing. I just stop. It's part of fight, flight, or freeze. Or I just hold my breath. I'm not even trying to hold my breath. I just catch myself and think I'm not breathing. So that's what we're wanting to do, is cut off the fuel of your worry. So when you come to my readings, you do want to bring something to write with because you'll hear words, but you want to cut off your thinking best you can. If you do meditation, even if you don't, check out the app called The Way with Henry Shookman. There's 12 free sessions that will teach you everything that's important. And then it's only, I think it's $12 a month to belong. But I love it so much, and it's helping me regulate my nervous system because this is totally me. I'm split. I have a Gemini moon, so I'm split between overanalyzing and my double Scorpio, the fire of who I am. So it's a constant battle to try to regulate my nerves, trust me. But if you got rid of the map, first thing I want to point out to you, oh, you are sure welcome. It's me again, and I love that. I'm going to put it on the recording. I also see the 33 plus 4 is 7, and that's the Chariot card, moving forward, beautiful. I helped you a lot with that insightful reading. You are so welcome, but I'm not done yet because look at how colorful the map is. Can you see how colorful it is? LOL, right? There's no color at all. It's dead. So throwing away the map and trust your instincts. Now, what am I seeing about the sun and the moon? I see this as a shadow, as if the sun is shining and catching the bars here and showing that shadow. So I feel like what will be very good for you the next 24 hours, I'd love for you to do some work with your shadow. What that is just the part of your personality that's annoying. We all have it. Are you a bit perfectionistic? Are you a bit of a neat freak? Or the opposite, are you a bit of a messy? But there's some part of your personality that can use a brush up. You can't get rid of it forever. But the shadow that is here to help you. One of the readings I do is me and my shadow. So I actually pull cards for the shadow and I pull cards for you. And then those cards come together with an incredible message. Many of us are afraid of our anger, our sadness, or looking at parts of us that have been painful, and that's just not necessary. Your shadow is your friend, okay? And as you bring it into the light, look at that. There's plenty of openings for growth, okay? So let's see, do I see anything else? Oh, well, only that we know the stars are all about healing. And so when I see all of these, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars that are flinging themselves down here. So I think in the next 24 hours, you're going to have some kind of contact with somebody. Somebody's going to reach out, but you're going to get a sign that healing is on its way. Okay? And remember, you already have all the answers. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. What's your, well, you don't have to say it, but I wondered what your regular name is so I could speak it. Absolutely. I feel like when you're on, like this is nighttime and she's not in her bed. She's out on the deck, so I feel like that's a sign that you are open to all the good that's coming to you, okay? So I do have time for another card. Excuse me. Hi, Demetrius. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And as always with the cards, and I'm sure you know this, Demetrius, but the gender doesn't matter. It's the energy that counts for sure, right? And what strikes me too about this is how many people go on a whale watching trip and they get distracted and they miss the moment the whale breaches, and that kind of reminds me of this. If you're too much in your head, you're going to miss an opportunity. Okay, I'm going to draw a card for the collective here. So if you're here visiting, welcome. Please stick around. Think about the next 24 hours. I know that people come and go so quickly on any of the social apps, and I appreciate you guys for taking the time to hang out with me. So this is for the collective. In the next 24 hours, what is it you're needing to know? There's a lot of repetitive messages here today in these cards about rising to the occasion, not seeing yourself dependent on others, understanding that you had the power all along. In this card, what we're seeing here is the tower that Rapunzel lives in. Okay, do you guys know the story of Rapunzel? You can look it up on Wikipedia, it will tell you. But it's a story about a woman who was kidnapped by a witch and placed into a tower. And the witch wanted to keep Rapunzel away from the world. So she put her on the top of the tower with no doors to get in. And the only way people could get to her would be to climb her hair because it was so long. And so the witch would come down to the foot of the tower and she would say, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And the young girl was so fearful and controlled by the witch, she let her hair down and the witch would crawl up. Little did you know you were going to get a fairy tale today. The witch would crawl up and be with her in the tower. Well, she would sing when the witch wasn't there. Rapunzel would sit in the window and she would sing songs, and it was beautiful. And for some reason, her spirit just refused to give up. She was captured and she was in pain because it's no fun having an old witch climb up your hair. But she was given the gift of peace in that tower, in her situation. Well, one day a prince heard her singing, and he had to go find out what it was about. And he went, he saw what the witch did about dropping the hair, and so he copied the witch and had her drop the hair. Now, I'm not going to tell you the end of the story. If you want to know, go to Wikipedia, it will tell you. But the message here is just beautiful because who of us is not trapped by something? Who of us? Are we trapped by our doubt? Are we trapped by our fear? Are we trapped because we hold unfair expectations of other humans? That's one of my hard ones. And that we have the power to turn it around. Did you ever notice that the number 8 is exactly the same, whether it's upside down or right side up? It's still an 8. That's like spirit. Okay, spirit is that for me. Spirit doesn't care when and how you choose to connect. It's ready whether your world is upside down or right side up. Once you realize who you are as a spiritual being, once you realize how powerful it is to control your thoughts, thoughts become beliefs, beliefs become your reality, and that you were God-given all of the tools you need to free yourself. Now, sometimes we can rely on tarot readers. Trust me, I get that. Some people go to 25 tarot readers in one day, and that's why I appreciate your being here with me. But the truth is, you're absolutely right. It's me again, Demetrius, because what's happening is that the angels that have been given to us to help us, they adore us. Your angels adore you. Your guides think you're the best. But there are action steps that a human needs to take. We need to stay grateful and appreciative no matter what life deals to us. And we also need to practice loving. For me, it's much easier to love my dog, Murphy, sometimes than it is to love some of the humans in my life. I'm not even embarrassed to admit that because humans can be very messy. They're filled with problems and they need a lot from us. And my dog needs me too to feed him, take him out, and to clean up after him. But he doesn't scowl at me. He's not sarcastic. He holds just no unfair expectations toward me, and he brings me a lot of peace of mind. Okay? So this idea that you need others, that you need even a tarot reading, that you need something in order to fly freely is not true. Why I would say that as a tarot reader, why would I tell you that? Because it's important for you to realize. This reminds me of church because of the beautiful stained glass windows you'll see in the old churches. And these cards are like stained glass windows. They're letting the light show in and bring an illustration of what's possible for you as a human. Okay? So this is for everyone, for the collective. Okay, I'm going to read one more card for the collective just because I love this deck, and then I gotta go. So let me read one more card for the collective, just in case the cards did not resonate with you so far, or maybe you just tuned into the reading right now. That means this is your card. Okay, good. Okay, next 24 hours. Look, somebody has done something that's hurt your feelings, okay? Let's just face it. Somebody has, and I'm seeing these musical notes. How interesting. It could be that you're a musician, okay? But what's happened is that there's anger inside of you. Now, anger is not a villain. Rage is not a villain. What they are, they're messengers. And when you get annoyed or if you fly off the handle really quick, what that means is something needs adjusting inside. You know how you go to a chiropractor for adjustment? Well, that's what happens when we have the darker emotions: rage, sadness, grief, neglect. All of these negative things can make us feel very uncomfortable as a spiritual person, okay? But remember, they're not villains. You can always rewrite the story. In the tapping that I do, it uses your body, it's somatic. And so it's the best way to cleanse yourself of negative thoughts that won't leave you alone. It may be true that you need support for a minute to get over something, and that's very good. But when you're carrying this revenge energy where you want to destroy something, that's not helpful, because you'll only end up making yourself feel worse. But what you can do is to accept this idea. Even though I don't know how, I'm learning to tell the story differently now. Even though I don't know how, I'm expressing my anger gently right now, which makes me want to show you the scribble technique. I actually saw this. I thought I made it up because I never saw it before. And yesterday I saw it, and they were saying this is a great way to get rid of anger. I thought, it is. So what you do, I've got a crayon here. You grab a pen, marker, crayon, and a plain piece of paper. And you just start scribbling oh, this works good. I'm just thinking of something that makes me angry. And the words that are coming up in me inside are, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. And you scribble and scribble, and it's the anger. I don't know how it works, I don't. But it feels like the anger runs right down my arm and out onto the paper, okay? Now what you can do with this then is you can tear it, right? Just tear it. And tear it aggressively, and even more aggressively, right? And then you can just throw it up in the air. You could burn it. You can do whatever you want to it. But it's important that you give your anger some kind of expression, okay? So that's all I have for you today, my dear friends. Thank you so much for being here. I had such a lovely morning with you. And again, thanks to Dr. V for suggesting the hot water. I could tell my voice needs to rest today. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will be doing a pop-up reading. I don't know when, but I will be back before next Sunday. But you know you can always expect me on Sundays when I'm here for our live tarot readings. So I'm just putting everything back into place. And remember, once upon a time, this butterfly was a caterpillar. And maybe if the caterpillar got a vote, the caterpillar would say, no, thank you. I like being a caterpillar. That would have been pretty miserable, huh? And the butterfly has to go into that dark of that cocoon. And then when it gets born, it can't even fly until we get the wind beneath our wings, right? To dry those wings and to be ready to set off in flight. So have a beautiful week, my friends, and I'll see you at my next live. Bye now.